Nebraska head coach Bill Jennings once said, "We can't feed the ego of the state of Nebraska with the football team." Perhaps that explains why his coaching career with the Cornhuskers was so short. In Nebraska, football is king, and every Saturday, Nebraskans put aside everything to rally behind their beloved Cornhuskers.
They make a difference. They are the difference. You know, we're one of the smallest states in the union, but we have a positive attitude about our football. We must have winning football, and we have to win.
Legendary coach Bob Devaney created the trademark Sea of Red, and ever since his arrival in 1962, Nebraska has enjoyed home sellouts at Memorial Stadium.
The whole state believed in Bob Devaney, and he kind of single-handedly really turned the Big Red around, and he was out there constantly selling the program across the entire state of Nebraska, and people loved him and they identified with him, and he identified with the people.
Devaney was a devout believer in running the football. He believed the outcome of the game should be placed in the collective hands of the offensive linemen, not in the hands of a single quarterback. The coach's game plan would deliver the Cornhuskers back-to-back national championships in 1970 and 71.
The 1971 Nebraska Cornhuskers were certainly one of the greatest college football teams of all time. In many ways, they brought a recognition to the state of Nebraska that they'd never had before.
The brains behind Devaney's potent offense in the early 70s was a quiet, unassuming offensive coordinator from Hastings, Nebraska. His name was Tom Osborne, and in 1972, Devaney handpicked him to be his successor.
I realized early on that I couldn't be Bob Devaney because there was only one Bob Devaney. So essentially, I tried to incorporate my own value system into how I coached.
Bob brought on a tradition too, Tom, where we believed that winning wasn't everything, but we did rate it right up there with oxygen.
Expectations were high when Osborne took over. Though his Cornhusker teams plowed through season after season during the 1970s and 80s, Osborne could not win the big game.
You know, there were years where he could not beat Oklahoma. He never quite figured out how to better Switzer.
And the Oklahoma Sooners have now beaten the Nebraska Cornhuskers 5 consecutive times.
He was second-guessed for many years. I mean, the fans were critical.
It seemed like there for a number of years that no matter what happened, you were going to go to the Orange Bowl and see Nebraska get pounded by whoever it was on the other side of the field.
The 1984 Orange Bowl, Osborne was poised to win his first national championship after Nebraska scored a touchdown late in the game.
Touchdown, Nebraska!
The score was 31-30, and the question was whether we kicked the point and tie.
I have not seen the kicker come on the field, and I don't think he's coming on the field.
Then we start lining up for 2 points, and the Orange Bowl guys are hollering, "Don't let him go for 2, make him kick the point. If he ties, he'll win the national title. If he doesn't make it, he won't."
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
We planned to go for the win. Nobody ever talked about a tie. And I really don't think that even if we had kicked the point, won the national championship, I think our players would have, they would have liked to wear their rings, but I don't think they would have felt good about it.
If you're a player in Nebraska, you know, you're not going for a tie. You go to win, always to win. You know, not the stinking tie who wants to take a tie.
The Cornhuskers' late season failures continued to haunt Osborne.
The Huskers with a 2nd and 10.
From 1987 to 1993, Nebraska would lose 7 straight bowl games.
You go down to Miami or down to Florida State, we just couldn't compete because we had linebackers at 265 pounds, 50 pounds who could stop the run as good as anybody. And, we started changing the way they recruited. and we copied what Miami was doing.
The new-look Cornhuskers were a blend of size and speed. In 1995, they would once again play the Miami Hurricanes for the national championship on the same field they had lost so many times before.
Jones to the 15. Jones for the touchdown. And the Hurricane warnings are up.
What did he tell us yesterday? He said, if I don't win this national championship, they'll probably put it on my tombstone. And now Nebraska has some much-needed momentum.
Schlesinger broke free and took it in for the score. The Nebraska team has owned the fourth quarter. Tom Osborne finally has his national championship. For 22 years he labored and waited, and now the moment is his.
Fans in Nebraska made a 180-degree turn. All of a sudden, this man that they'd criticized before was now a football genius.
Osborne would deliver 3 national championships in just 4 years. He rebuilt the dynasty that was Nebraska football.
And you got a sense with Osborne that he knew what he was doing, he knew where he wanted to go, and he was just going to outlast anything that tried to stop him. And I think part of that, they say, is part of the Nebraska personality, that we're going to get through this. And you can't really rile a farmer. They've seen too many things happen.